Diddy's legal troubles are spiraling out of control, and now his daughters, Delilah, Chance, and Jessie, are allegedly looking to distance themselves from him completely. Reports suggest they may even be planning to file for emancipation. But why is his family abandoning him now? And how does this tie back to the shocking details surrounding Kim Porter's autopsy report? Let's dive into the disturbing truth.
Is one of tonight's A-list presenters. It's Sean Diddy Combs with his stunningly beautiful daughter, Chance Combs. Mr. Combs, is this not the perfect father-daughter date night?
I'm speechless. I am speechless. Baby, you look so beautiful. So beautiful. She's a future actress. Her name is Chance Combs. Chance, you tell her.
Yes, I'm an aspiring actress, and it's my first time at the Oscars, so I'm really excited to be here. Yeah.
Diddy's daughters have always remained by his side, though, unlike his sons, they've largely stayed out of the public eye. Some reports claim this was because Diddy himself was holding them back from fully stepping into the spotlight. Ever since the mysterious death of their mother, Kim Porter, in 2018, officially ruled as pneumonia but widely believed to be something far more sinister, his daughters have allegedly been trying to distance themselves from him. Many believe Kim's death wasn't natural at all, with rumors swirling that Diddy may have been involved. Shortly after she passed, a leaked memoir surfaced, allegedly exposing dark secrets about Diddy. This put an enormous strain on his relationship with his daughters, who had witnessed firsthand how their father treated their mother.
So it says, investigation. On November 15th, 2018, at 13:05 hours, Officer Villanova from LAPD North Hollywood Division called Case Sloan at the LA County Department of Medical Examiner Coroner to report this apparent natural death. It was reported that the decedent was found unresponsive bed by family members, that's how it's written. 911 was dialed and death was determined at the scene. There was no known medical history other than recent cold flu-like symptoms for the past few days. An in-house physician prescribed antibiotics and IV fluids. There was no known history of drugs or alcohol use. PMD Michael Fardam. And then up here it says Farzam, so I don't know if that's her doctor that came to her home. I'm not sure. I was assigned this field call by Lieutenant Smith on the 15th of November 2018 at approximately 13:16 hours. I arrived on scene at approximately 14:10 hours and departed from the scene at approximately 16:33 hours. Foul play is not suspected.
Now, with Diddy stuck in legal battles and denied bail multiple times, his daughters have reportedly stopped visiting him. During his most recent bail hearing, only his sons, Justin and Christian Combs, showed up. None of his other family members were present. Prosecutors have even claimed that the videos of Diddy's family wishing him a happy birthday were staged, scripted to manipulate public opinion and generate sympathy for him.
Alright, sing that. Happy birthday, Daddy.
Keep going.
Happy birthday to Daddy. Keep going,
Go.
Happy birthday to Daddy.
Yay!
We love you too.
Love you, Pastor. We miss you.
I can't wait to see y'all.
Yeah.
Can't wait to see y'all. And I just want to say I'm proud of y'all, especially the girls. I mean, all of y'all. But just for being strong. Thank y'all for being strong, and thank y'all for being by my side and supporting me. I love y'all. I got the best family in the world. My birthday, I'm happy. Thanks to y'all giving me this call. Thank you very much. I love y'all.
We love you more too. Can't wait to see you in a couple of days.
We're waiting to get this hearing started. It was interesting, too, because this time around, Diddy was brought in first. He was brought in about a couple minutes after 2 p.m. today, and we were all kind of waiting to see. We had heard mumblings that his mom might be in courtroom, that we were waiting for the children, but then nothing happened. But then, in another twist and turn, the children do walk in, but this time it was a lot smaller bunch than it was the last time. So last time you're having all of Diddy's children, except with the exception of Love Love, who is just a 2-year-old child, so she wasn't at court. But you had all of Diddy's children there except Love. But this time around, you just had Justin Combs and Christian Combs, meaning that there was no Quincy there today. Delilah and Jessie weren't there. Chance wasn't there. And the caretakers of his younger children who aren't of age just yet, they were not present inside the courtroom as well today. But his mom also wasn't in court today. So when Diddy came inside, it was still that standard issued MDC jumpsuit. He's wearing khaki. From that video of, I think that was obtained by Daily Mail back in September, of Diddy playing hacky sack in Central Park, to now he appeared just astonishingly thinner, which you can expect to be inside a federal detention center for a couple months now. A lot different from the luxury lifestyle that he was living before, but he appeared very noticeably thinner, and maybe being locked up in detention is starting to wear on him. He appeared grayer a little bit as well too, but again, he appeared just like how you would expect.
His legal team has consistently denied any involvement in Kim Porter's death, but those close to him tell a different story. Former bodyguard Gene Deal has publicly stated that Diddy and Kim had a deeply abusive relationship. He even claims to have personally witnessed Diddy physically assault her on multiple occasions. In one chilling account, Gene recalls standing guard outside a room while Diddy and Kim were inside. He allegedly heard Diddy beating Kim, and when she finally emerged, she was covered in bruises.
Then sometimes when Kim lived on 70th something Street, and I would go upstairs with Diddy, you could hear the shit in the hallway. And I would just shake my head when he come out or whatever, and Kim would be in the house. And it's always about where she was at or who she was dealing with. You know what I mean? So I'm not gonna see you physically put your hands on nobody. I don't give a shit who you are. Or I'm not gonna see you physically put your hands on her. You understand? That's not gonna be me. First of all, I can't.
Crazy, man. So you could hear Diddy putting hands on Kim Porter.
Well, see, he always do, like I told you, he be doing that. He'll start off, he'll have something on his mind, and he'll like that play fight with them. You understand? And he'll be hurting them when they, to the point where they'll be like, yo, stop. You know what I'm saying? But they got the room is locked. You don't hear none of that. And then, Kim would walk out in her white robe, and you could see it in her face. But what are you gonna do? That smothering her with the pillows and all that, like he playing with her. I know she was tired.
Yeah, he also told Rolling Stone that Diddy, he's a jealous person that don't know what love is.
He knows that, bruh. Kim couldn't have nobody, bruh. Kim couldn't have nobody. You understand what I'm saying, bruh? Diddy could do whatever, Puff could do whatever he wanted to do, Brother Love could do whoever he wanted to be. If Kim ever tried to get with somebody, Puff would interfere with them or with her trying to be with them. He wasn't letting that happen. Unless he was bringing them to the picture. That's what he used Kim for, bro. He wanted to make a deal with somebody. He'll get another girl and a guy that he's trying to make a deal with, and him and Kim, they all party together, man. He used Kim for that shit, bro.
Wow, so he used Kim for that?
Yeah, bro. Yeah. You don't do that to somebody you're supposed to love, man.
Do you remember any situation where he used her for that?
I know a couple situations, but I know the people so well, man, and so good, and they some good people in Atlanta that had major groups.
Diddy has always insisted he loved Kim and would never harm her. But if that were true, why was there so much evidence of abuse? He denied hurting Cassie too, until a leaked video proved otherwise. So is it possible he was harming Kim the same way?
Anybody that's lost a mother, lost a soulmate, it takes time. It takes time. They say time heals all wounds. When it comes to your mother or mothers, I don't think that's the case. I mean, I think we have the strongest beings. Like, if it comes to like a category of who's the strongest beings on the face of the earth, it would have to be black mothers. I don't think anybody can ever understand how hard it is to be, to be a black mother.
Whew. Man, God bless Diddy, man. Tears are how our heart speaks when our lips can't describe how much we...
The title, Kim's Lost Words. It's currently a bestseller on Amazon, and it's filled with explosive claims that her 2018 death was due to foul play. Passages are filled with details of physical abuse, sexual coercion, and other acts of violence Combs allegedly committed against Kim. Now, their 4 kids are speaking out, denouncing it as lies. Quote, claims that our mom wrote a book are simply untrue. The book, riddled with typos and written by a man using a pseudonym, contains alleged first-hand diaries and notes from Kim talking about Diddy, including, quote, out of nowhere, he hit me with a chair. I don't remember anything after that until I woke up in a hospital room. My arm was in a cast. As I came to, the first face I saw was of the man that put me here.
When I lost Kim, it broke my heart forever.
Diddy's lawyer calls the alleged memoir fake and offensive. It also marks the first time Quincy, Christian, and the twins, Jessie and Delilah, have spoken out since their father's arrest, saying, quote, the cause of her death has long been established. There was no foul play. According to the autopsy report, Kim died of natural causes from lobar pneumonia, which is an infection of the lungs.
The circumstances surrounding Kim Porter's death remain highly suspicious. In addition to the leaked memoir in which Kim allegedly expressed fears that Diddy might come after her, other details don't add up. Shockingly, reports claim that her casket was ordered a week before she passed away. Even more unsettling, Kim had been in perfect health just days before her sudden death. According to her autopsy report, she had recently undergone a full medical checkup and showed no signs of illness. How does a completely healthy woman develop fatal pneumonia within a week, especially when she had access to the best medical care? And why didn't she seek treatment if she was truly sick? Something doesn't add up.
How is it that there was no electronic products or gadgets around Kim's bed? Her laptop missing, her cell phone's missing. Everything is missing that she could get in touch with her little girls if they not at home or her friends or family. All that's missing. How is it that, and this is her say, that the detectives did not even view the body in the bed where she died at? That the coroner had already removed her, pronounced her dead, and told the detectives that it was no foul play. And if that is true, as I've heard it, and we read certain things on the internet about it, that case needs to be reopened. We know that Kim, and it's in the this is in the documentation. Shout out the paperwork, at the paperwork part. I gotta shout him out, man, because he looked in the paperwork and it said Kim received a massage for about an hour when she's supposed to have full-blown pneumonia. Who gives somebody a massage when they got pneumonia?
I need to know, do you think that Diddy killed Kim Porter?
Absolutely.
Why?
Because of all the videotapes, because of the book, because of all the people she gave copies of her book to, or at least chapters, because of everything that she had on him, because of the tape that she used to blackmail him into a relationship and into a raise of him being sodomized by Andre Harrell. And I am not saying that allegedly, because I heard her and Kim Noor talking about it in the booth of the bathroom while snorting cocaine at the Kit Kat.
There were also unexplained bruises and discoloration on Kim's body. To make matters even more suspicious, her laptop and phone mysteriously vanished at the time of her death.
A small amount of blood was noted issuing from the right nair. A small amount of white frothy sputum was also noted issuing from the mouth. Oh, she had foam coming out of her mouth? What appeared to be a contusion was noted to the left upper arm. Multiple small red dots and what appeared to be a small contusion was noted to the right upper arm. What appeared to be small contusions were also noted to the bilateral posterior upper legs. Piercings were noted to the bilateral ears, implants were noted to the bilateral breasts, a vertical line of discoloration was noted extending from the upper abdomen to the groin region, the back was unremarkable, no other scars, marks, or apparent signs of trauma were noted. Rigor was noted to be a 3 throughout the body, lividity was fixed and appeared to be consistent with the decedent's position upon my arrival. Identification, decedent was positively identified as Kimberly Antoinette Porter. Next of kin, they notified the son and other family members. Decedent was not married. I spoke with Detective Patike at the scene and he confirmed this information. Organ tissue procurement was not addressed with the family, and autopsy notification, it says no exam notification was requested.
Now, Diddy's sons are allegedly trying to suppress the truth. Kim had reportedly been working on a book that would have exposed incriminating details about Diddy, and one of her close friends, Courtney Burgess, has since handed the manuscript over to the FBI. But in a shocking twist, Kim's own children are allegedly trying to stop the book from being published. Why would they want to protect Diddy? Many believe it has nothing to do with loyalty and everything to do with money.
Here is the other thing with Mr. Burgess. He apparently says he owns the rights to a book that was reportedly based on the alleged memoir of Kim Porter. In fact, according to TMZ, Burgess' phone was seized by the feds, and on it was a copy of a flash drive with material that was used in this book. Here's the problem. Christian and Quincy Combs, these are the sons of Diddy and Kim Porter. Quincy's actually adopted by Diddy. But they are reportedly fighting back, and they have sent Burgess a cease and desist letter to prevent the further sale of this book. They argue this is just an attempt to capitalize on Porter's fame and that they own the rights to her IP, her intellectual property, like her diary entries, her potential manuscript. As her heirs, they own it. And they also want an accounting of current sales of the book. Be clear, though, they aren't acknowledging that there is, in fact, a long-lost memoir from their mother. In fact, they've actually denied that before when there was a similar book, a derivative work, we'll talk about that, published by this guy named Chris Todd on Amazon. They were adamantly fighting against that. They said that their mother wouldn't write this. But what they're basically saying is if something should exist, they own it.
And those statements include descriptions of what the witness says he saw on those tapes. So I asked him about that, and he answered what he could, given the limitations imposed on him after testifying before the grand jury. Out of those 8 videos, 8 celebrities, 6 men and 2 women, how many of those 8 celebrities were close to being underage or potentially underage?
2 males.
2 males. And of those 8 celebrities, how many of them were intoxicated or under the influence of drugs?
This is going to be all speculation. I just want to preface it by he wouldn't know if they were. Right.
Sure.
Appear to
Let
be.
me rephrase it.
Based on, yes.
Understand. Out of the 8 celebrities who were recorded having intimate relations with Sean Combs, how many of them appeared to be either inebriated or intoxicated or under the influence of drugs?
All of them. All of them.
Out of those 8, how many appear to be potentially victimized? How many might have been victimizing?
I think all, to be honest, all.
Were victims
They
or
victims.
were perpetrating?
Victims.
They were all 8 were victimized,
Yeah,
meaning
victim.
this was happening to them and they were inebriated.
Right. Not knowing, I guess, how much proof it was in it.
With Diddy behind bars, his sons have reportedly started taking over his criminal operations. A leaked phone call between Diddy and his son Justin allegedly revealed that Diddy was instructing him to get rid of key evidence from his Miami mansion. This includes incriminating tapes confiscated by the FBI, over 1,000 bottles of baby oil, and date rape drugs.
Phone call just leaked and it was posted by Social Details. This is allegedly a call that he had, and there's a lot of talk, a lot of code words in there, so we're gonna listen to it together. Check it out. this alleged leaked call from Diddy in prison was talking about getting rid of pizza boxes. Now, if you know your stuff and you're privy, you know exactly what pizza stands for, and that's probably what they're talking about and referring to on this alleged leaked call. Pizza, for those who don't know, I'm gonna make it very clean. It has to do with children and selling.
Make sure you recycle the plastic like you talked about.
Now, in this alleged phone call, he starts talking about someone named Jay. People are speculating that may be Jay-Z, but there's no confirmation. At the same time, he talks about recycling plastic. I don't know what that could mean. If you guys have any idea, comment and let me know.
Everybody out there quiet as motherfucker. Yeah, exactly. We gonna let them have their little fun, but I'm still gonna have the last laugh.
I mean, it seems by the call that he's looking for help. He's saying that a lot of people are quiet, I guess people that are on his side, and that he's gonna have the last laugh.
Diddy's legal team is now fighting to have this evidence thrown out of court. They argue that the FBI's search warrants were obtained illegally and that none of the seized materials should be admissible. But many suspect that this legal maneuvering is just another desperate attempt to cover up the truth.
Sean Diddy Combs, looking to suppress evidence in his federal trial. Senior investigative correspondent Aaron Katursky is back with the story. Good morning again, Aaron.
And to you, Michael. You'll remember federal agents from Homeland Security investigations were hardly shy when they raided Sean Combs' opulent homes in Los Angeles and Miami, guns drawn. The jailed music mogul now argues those searches and other searches of his iCloud accounts, electronic devices, and New York City hotel room following his arrest were unconstitutional. His lawyers argue evidence obtained through those searches must be suppressed. Diddy's lawyers say the government presented a grossly distorted picture of reality when applying for the search warrants, omitting certain facts and including salacious details from an unnamed producer that were never credible. Combs has pleaded not guilty to racketeering conspiracy, sex trafficking, and prostitution charges. The defense is also arguing here his ex-girlfriend, Cassie Ventura, was a willing participant in drug-fueled sex performances called freak-offs, not coerced as prosecutors allege.
It's no secret that Diddy's sons have been caught up in disturbing allegations themselves. Both Justin and Christian Combs have been named in sexual assault lawsuits linked to Diddy's infamous freak-off parties. One lawsuit filed by Lil Rod even includes a photo of Justin at one of these parties, allegedly surrounded by underage girls. Given all the horrific details coming to light, it's no wonder Diddy's daughters reportedly want nothing to do with him.
Also allegations that Diddy forced these victims to have sex with prostitutes as he touched himself. He called these situations freak-offs, and oftentimes he recorded them. Here's where some of the allegations against his son Justin Combs come in. So all this takes us back to February, when Rodney Jones, also known as the producer Lil Rod, filed civil suit against Diddy. In his lengthy lawsuit, Lil Rod straight name drops Justin Combs, describing him as someone who solicits prostitutes, underage girls, and sex workers. There's actually a picture of Justin Combs with an allegedly underage girl shown in the lawsuit. Now, in this specific instance, Lil Rod alleges at least one underage girl came to Diddy's home for a listening party. A sex worker was also apparently solicited, and a freak-off ensued. As an aside, this is the same night that Lil Rod alleges Diddy forced him to take a laced shot. He started to feel lightheaded and then woke up at 4 o'clock in the morning, naked next to a sex worker. It's important to note Justin Combs is listed as a defendant on this case because, according to Lil Rod, he facilitated Diddy's alleged RICO enterprise and at times participated. Civil suit points to more accusations against Justin Combs too, for his involvement in an alleged shooting cover-up. According to court documents, it happened on September 12, 2022, outside Diddy's Chalice Studios. Lil Rod says Diddy, his son Justin, and Justin's friend who went by G were all there when things got heated. Lil Rod says he heard multiple gunshots ring out and later found G on the bathroom floor in the fetal position. Lil Rod says he was bleeding out of his hip and leg area. Lil Rod says he was applying pressure to G's wounds and then asked the crowd to call an ambulance. At that point, both Diddy and Justin Combs disappeared to another part of the studio. Diddy then gave strict instructions to inform the police that he had nothing to do with the shooting. He also forced Mr. Jones to lie to the police by telling them that G was shot standing outside the studio by a drive-by assailant. So that specific allegation involves Diddy's son Justin, but another allegation and entirely separate civil lawsuit involves his other son Christian, or King Combs. Grace Omar K alleges that Christian Combs sexually assaulted her on a yacht in December 2022, and she says it was facilitated by Diddy.
The accusations against Diddy's sons keep piling up. In April 2024, 26-year-old stewardess Grace Omar K filed a lawsuit against Christian Combs, accusing him of sexual assault, battery, and emotional distress during one of Diddy's yacht parties. According to Grace, Christian pressured her to drink tequila that she now believes was spiked with drugs. Once she lost consciousness, he allegedly groped her and tried to force her into oral sex.
And she was 25 years old at the time. She believed that the trip would be a, quote, wholesome family excursion, but says it, quote, turned into a hedonistic environment, even describing rampant drug use among sex workers and celebrities who came on board. She believes that the alcohol on the yacht had been laced with drugs because she says women would have one drink and then almost immediately pass out or start falling over. This is, by the way, something that it was also alleged in Jones's lawsuit, that Combs would spike the drinks of different people. But focusing on Christian Combs, Markey says that Christian Combs had been staying at a villa on the shore, but that he would come onto the yacht in the evening to party. And on December 28, 2022, Christian reportedly arrived very intoxicated and then proceeded to pressure Markey to take shots of tequila. She did. Christian allegedly tried to get her to drink more in the yacht's makeshift studio. Markey alleges that Christian kissed her neck, kissed her face, as he groped her legs, breasts, and private areas.
Meanwhile, prosecutors claim that Diddy is still trying to silence witnesses, even from behind bars. They allege that he's using three-way calls to reach out to accomplices. Here's how it works. Diddy calls a family member and then has them add another person to the line, allowing him to communicate with people he's not supposed to be in contact with.
Latest on Sean Diddy Combs, prosecutors are accusing Combs of trying to contact prospective witnesses and obstruct the case against him. Our senior investigative correspondent, Aaron Katursky, is here with more on that. Good morning to you, Aaron.
Good morning, Robin. Sean Combs is going to be asking a judge this week to release him on bail, but prosecutors now say the argument for detention has only gotten stronger. This morning, federal prosecutors are accusing Sean Diddy Combs of escalating his attempts to influence the jury pool and subvert his criminal case. Almost immediately after arriving at the federal jail in Brooklyn, prosecutors say Combs started using telephone accounts of at least 8 other inmates to call people not on his approved contact list. Prosecutors allege Combs frequently instructs family members and his attorneys to add other individuals via three-way call, which is not allowed. On some of those calls, prosecutors say Combs is explicit about his intention to use public statements to sway potential jurors, including this Instagram post by Diddy's kids.
Happy birthday to Daddy.
Prosecutors say Combs enlisted family members to plan and execute a social media campaign around the defendant's birthday, the first time we heard his voice from behind bars.
Oh, thank y'all for being strong and thank y'all for being by my side and supporting me. I love y'all. I got the best family in the world.
Prosecutors say Combs then monitored audience engagement from the video.
Diddy's legal problems are only getting worse, and with his daughters allegedly planning to cut ties, it looks like his entire empire is crumbling. From the suspicious circumstances surrounding Kim Porter's death to the disturbing allegations against Diddy and his sons, the truth is unraveling at an alarming rate. But the big question remains: will Diddy's daughters officially break free, or will he find a way to keep them under his control? What do you think about all these shocking allegations? Will his daughters go through with emancipation? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And as always, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more updates on this developing story.